So Lemonade signed a partnership with Chewy. Let's talk about it. CHWY broke the news on Twitter. He said it's a major partnership agreement signed with Chewy. Through the partnership, using Lemonade's API, millions of Chewy customers will be able to purchase Lemonade Pet seamlessly through the Chewy platform. Pet is expected to become available at Chewy in springtime of next year, and Lemonade's pet parents will also benefit from Chewy's incredible pet health services, from telehealth vet services to Chewy Pharmacy. Chewy and Lemonade share a commitment to bettering pet lives everywhere. Donations of unused premiums will go to animal rescue charities. So that is the deal in a nutshell, or at least on the surface. Chewy, interesting enough though, Chewy also signed a partnership with Trupanion, another pet insurance company, late last year, and it's not super clear the details of that partnership or whether that's going to continue. We'll have to see. So who is Chewy? If you're not from the US, you're probably not familiar with Chewy. They are a major pet store chain there, and they have something like 20 million accounts or customer accounts. I'm assuming that's customers who sign up with an account, buy things online or buy things in their stores. But they offer all kinds of products for your pet, along with pet services for your pet, connecting you with vets, shipping products to your doors, prescriptions for your pet, medicines for your pet, costumes for your pet, all things for your pet, and extended pet health care for your pet. And they do seem like a good cultural fit for Lemonade. They have very, very high reviews, at least on the Chewy app. In the Apple App Store. And they also have a give back program where they're promoting giving back to helping local shelters and rescues in your area for pet lovers. So these two reasons seems to be really loved by customers, seems to be customer centric, and they seem to have a charitable, sort of compassionate angle to them. Seems like a very good cultural fit for them to partner with Lemonade. But what is Chewy getting out of this partnership deal from Lemonade? If you have a look at the 8K, Chewy is going to get, or could get, up to 3.3 million shares of Lemonade stock, exercisable, basically giving them away at 1 cent per share. And they'll vest in installments on a yearly basis for a period of 5 years. And if you do the math, or if you look down below, this works out to about 5% of the company. So a very significant amount of shares that Lemonade is handing over or writing over to Chewy for this partnership deal. So definitely a lot of questions I think myself and a lot of investors have about this deal. Some of the questions I would really like to know are, what are the performance requirements? Because it's not very clear if you read through the warrant agreement what exactly these performance requirements are. Also, is it exclusive? Is Trupanion cut out or not? Are they done now? Is the partnership being cut away with Trupanion, or are they going to have to compete with Trupanion for customers? I'd really love to know that. Also, does Lemonade, a couple more questions I had, does Lemonade still receive as much customer data when it's done through an API such as Chewy's API? And CHWY did answer this question already, so we'll jump to that in a second. And then finally, I said, are there development costs for Lemonade in this? Still not totally sure whether this is going to cost Lemonade quite a bit to develop this or not with Chewy. I would think probably not, or not very much, but it would be interesting to know that. And another additional question I said, maybe another would be, how well branded will Lemonade be for Chewy customers? Will they know they are buying Lemonade or not? And CHWY did answer this question and the question about how much data they receive. First answer to would selling pet insurance via another platform like Chewy result in receiving much less data? He just said no. And the other question I'm curious about, mentioned in a previous tweet, if Chewy's customers are aware if it's a Lemonade product. And he said, of course they'll be aware this isn't a white label partnership. And if you read the whole press release on Lemonade's news website, it was actually hinted at, because during that press release they said Chewy and Lemonade are working together to make pet healthcare simpler and more attainable for pet patients nationwide. In addition to enjoying a variety of plan options, pet parents will also be able to utilize the Lemonade app on any mobile device to instantly file claims, access policy coverage, track billing, and typically receive payments within seconds. Really cool to see them talk about utilizing the Lemonade app, as it sounds like, customers are going to sign up and then they're going to be funneled to the app, and then eventually, hopefully, they'll be funneled to more and more products. You get your car insurance, your home insurance, your renter's insurance, etc., your life insurance, after you've got your pet insurance and got your foot in the door for Lemonade. And I put together some really rough napkin math on what this maybe could kind of mean for Lemonade's side of the equation. And this was from an article that said the pet insurance market could grow to $10 billion by 2025, so definitely a huge market. But also had some other interesting stats that 67% of U.S. households own a cat and or dogs, and about 3.1 million pets are enrolled in an insurance policy. A little bit of a mistake here in the math, but I'll roll through this and then I'll point that out at the end. So if there's about 124 million households in the U.S., 67% have pets, that's 85 million pets. 3.1 million have insurance, means 3.8% of pets are insured. If 3.8% of Chewy's 20 million customers insure their pets with Lemonade, that's 760,000 new insurance policies for Lemonade. And if Lemonade gives up 5% dilution of their shares for these 760,000 new policies, that means maybe they're paying $80 million in today's valuation. It'd be like they raised 5% of the company, raised $80 million, and then bought this many customers, which would work out to about $105 per policy. Not bad if you assume most policies would be Lemonade customers, and considering the customer acquisition cost has been more like $225 when you account for churn customers, higher if you're not accounting for churn customers. So maybe not that bad of a deal, just if they can kind of get in that ballpark of numbers. And one of the commenters here, Salsa Invest Sebastian, he did point out that my calculation was wrong. There's 85 million. I'm assuming 85 million pets in total, but actually there's going to be a number of households that have multiple pets, so there's more like 134 million pets in the U.S. So great for pointing that out to me, which of course lowered the actual percentage of total pets that do have insurance, since there's only 3.1 million pets or so that have insurance, which is of course going to lower this percentage maybe for a number of Chewy's customers. But of course, if you also take that logic, then you'd also have to say, well, then the customers that are signing up for a insurance policy, some of those are going to sign up for multiple insurance policies. In the end, the math is super rough math, but it might work out to something similar in this same kind of ballpark and similar kind of dollars per policy. I would roughly think. What are some of the cons and pros of this deal for Lemonade? Some of the cons, well, of course, you're diluting 5%. That's a huge amount to give up for one partnership deal. And it may even make Lemonade look weak. Even others, other companies or potential partners out there who want to partner with Lemonade may make them kind of look weak, giving up seems like a large amount, at least to me. And it's uncertain if this deal is exclusive or not. Like if Lemonade in the end is still competing with other insurers like Trupanion, maybe even others that they'll decide to partner with, then that's kind of a not certain if that was the right deal, if that's the case. If it's more of an exclusive thing, or they're really pushing customers towards Lemonade, then you could have a major pro. And we'll look at the pro side. Pro side, there's no cash used for Lemonade. So they are burning through cash. They have only so much cash, and they have cash capital requirements they have to hold, which are ever increasing as the number of premium they underwrite continues to grow. So there's only so much more time Lemonade has where losses really have to slow down, and then they eventually have to reach profitability, which I'm forecasting by 2025, somewhere in that range. I mean, deals like this are great though, because it's better to survive even if your company is diluted. It's much better to survive than going bankrupt and not being diluted. I'd much rather be diluted and not go bankrupt than be not diluted and go bankrupt in the end. So no cash used, huge pro here. Also, this is really, really important. And they gain a partner that can influence Lemonade's success. And they're not just, if they were just selling $80 million worth of shares and just to some investor group or group of investors, that's one thing. You get some investors, but they can't really influence the success and the operations of the company. But in this kind of deal, they're actually getting a partner. And this is huge. I would say this is really huge potential pro of this whole deal, and could turn this from a really desperate deal to a really brilliant deal, is that they could be gaining a partner that can influence the success of the company. And suddenly the ownership of Chewy is motivated for the long-term success of Lemonade. Beyond just the 5 years that they're going to be accumulating shares through the warrant, essentially they potentially could be eager long-term investors in the company long past that. But also they're gaining a partner that's interested in Lemonade, not just selling only Lemonade pet insurance, but also selling the whole other suite of products that Lemonade has and wants to bundle to their customers. So suddenly you have a partner in Chewy that says, yes, we want to open the door to you. You really want to get Lemonade pet insurance. Here you go. Please do. But then the ownership of Chewy also is saying, yes, and while you're at it, see, this is a great experience with Lemonade Pet. Why don't you also get your car insurance through them, or your renter's insurance, home insurance, etc. Suddenly you have a partner that can influence your success and is motivated and wants your success to occur. That could be a huge, huge pro in a deal like this. What did you think of the deal? Let us know in the comments down below. Find me on Twitter at PaperBagInvest. Thanks for watching. Remember, it's in the bag.